What's up, y'all? Today we're here to talk about Cuffbust, a game that I felt like, and I know that's very subjective, but seemed like it had a ton of hype coming out of Summer Game Fest. It had all the makings of a great game, coming off of games like Lethal Company and Among Us and like Repo. All those games are like friend slot, meaning that you play with your friends. It's not a super well put together game, but there's a lot of fun to be had. And it had all the makings of a great friend slot, Lethal Company level game where you had the character customization, the goofiness, right? The proximity chat, the unnecessary goofy violence, punching and hitting each other, throwing stuff at each other, and all that, right? In a prison setting where you're breaking out and you're fighting the guards. It just had all the makings of a game that I thought was going to explode and be awesome. Fast forward to last week, I finally saw a trailer for it. I was like, oh, dude, I didn't even know it was getting ready to come out. And I was like, man, I haven't seen any social media. I haven't seen anybody playing early access. You know how streamers and the bigger creators all get to play games and stuff before they come out. Didn't see a single thing like that. So I pick up the game like Sunday. I want to say pick it up Sunday night. I'm excited to play it. I jump on, I go to check the server list, and I wish I was recording this, but literally there was no server. There was literally nothing there. And I was like, oh, dude, is this game dead? I was like, there's no way. So what I ended up doing was I created a lobby and I had a handful of people join, but it was a struggle to get a full lobby of 10 people. And I was like, dude, what happened to this game? Ultimately, we did get about 9 to 10 people, although the 10 wasn't consistent, and we played it. It was fun. It was goofy because it was our first time, and you're kind of learning the map, and you're kind of learning everything, especially if you don't play the tutorials like I don't. But we had our fun. I think I met the right group of people where we just had a bunch of really cool, funny guys come into the lobby, and it was just a good time. And we had a good 3 to 4 hours. Now, what I will say about the game is that it was $10 when I got it, but I heard it was $19.99, and I do think $19.99 was steep. I saw the reviews on Steam were mixed, and one of the main complaints was that there was only one map. So like after you've played for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, you're probably pretty familiar with the map and all the 4 to 5 exits that there are. Now they have like a Steam Workshop thing going, so people will add maps over time, but honestly, if you're dropping a game, I mean, you should probably have at least like 4 to 5 maps to rotate through. Having one map only, especially when it was $20, was pretty crazy. I heard they dropped the price like within hours of release. So some people got burned because some people paid the $20 because they were hype, and then to see it go down to $9 was kind of like a kick in the teeth. Understandably so. But getting back to the game, it's not procedural or it's not RNG or random generated. It's like the map is the same every time you load in. Now, some of the exits will be cut off randomly. So like you might commit to one path and you get halfway down the path and you can't take it. And then you're like, crap, I gotta go backwards. And then all the other people who went in other directions are escaping while you don't get out. And that can be kind of fun, that RNG to it. But there's a lot of ways for people to get out. So it doesn't really feel like there's a big threat of losing or being left behind. Unless every single person is playing for themselves. And usually people aren't like that. Usually there's like 2 or 3 people will pair up and go in one direction and work together. So that's not really there. I feel like you'd have to intentionally, play for yourself to kind of make things interesting, which not everybody does that. The AI is okay. It's pretty straightforward. It chases you, hits you. You can kind of do circles around them, but they do kind of fairly hard. You definitely don't want to try to take on a group by yourself. But you can easily run around them, have one person distract them while the other person does what you need to do. It's just the game doesn't really play like the trailers show. I mean, it can be fun and it can have its little moments. I got plenty of clips that I'm going to slap together and throw on TikTok, but it doesn't really feel like what I was showing in Summer Game Fest. And I'm not saying that the game can't bounce back from this, but we definitely need more maps. We need the RNG element and maybe incentive to portray each other. Maybe have some of the exits like time locked, or like you have to be there by this time, or they don't open up until later. And the later you're in the prison, the harder it is to get out. Like there's things that could be added to make the game better. I am genuinely surprised that, I can see in hindsight now, like why it didn't work out, making it $20, having one map. But I really thought this was going to be a smash hit, out of the park. This was going to be like the next big friend slop game. I don't really like calling it friend slop. I guess that's what people call it, because I don't think it's slop per se, but like whatever, you get what I mean. But this was supposed to be like the next Lethal Company, where cheap game, goofy graphics, nothing but good times, clips everywhere. And it's really unfortunate that it wasn't. I am enjoying it to a certain degree. I kind of play in like a fairly trolly, malicious way, and so do my buddies. So like we have a good time, and then the randoms come in and we also have a good time with them. So like it has its appeal, but like I think maybe 2 or 3 more sessions and then we're done. So I don't know. Hopefully they, 2-star, hopefully they update it fairly quickly and hopefully he can get back up on his feet. But, it is a little sad to see that the game didn't even make like a splash, not even like a ripple. It just hit the ground and died. And it's unfortunate, but we'll see. I'm going to try it again Friday with my community, doing a community game night. So if you see this before Friday, you're more than welcome to join. Link down in the bio will give you my information. It's a newer YouTube channel, so I can't like post links, but you can copy paste it or just go search me up on TikTok or Twitch and find me. But yeah, I am disappointed in the game. I'm hoping for more, but I want to hear from you guys what you thought. If you made it this far, hit that follow button, hit that sub button for your boy. And again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Y'all stay safe. Peace.